special shout out thanks to the Galaxy Restaurant and the Leatherman family for feeding the football team tonight. They are our team meal sponsor this week. So thank you for the continued support of Highland football. Celebrating 25 years of Highland Foundation's unforgettable night with the Rock Hall of Fame from 6 to 10 p.m. Sponsorships are available as part of us as a sponsor and showcase your support for Highland students while being valuable opportunity unlimited and reserve groups today. For just $1.99, I think it includes exclusive access to legendary exhibits, live music, learning and food, cultural groups, and exciting products. All in support of Highland Schools and programs. Wrestling committee will be a concert together to provide a fun and community. Third, the tickets must be purchased for the event and space is limited. And to learn more, security sponsors.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. Brandon Lipchek sitting next to my friend and colleague and coach Jay Grissom on another broken record, beautiful night, 71 degrees, North Gateway Tire Field. Week 6, we got a Suburban League American Conference matchup. We got the Tallmadge Blue Devils rolling in, Coach.
Yeah, great to be here. Another, like you said, the weather this year has been unbelievable.
Man.
So, perfect night last week over at Copley, another perfect night tonight. So good to be back at home and kicking another one off.
Well, there's something about Granger Township, USA on a Friday night. I don't know that it gets any better than this. No place I'd rather be.
No. Where else would you rather be than Granger Township, Ohio?
No, nowhere. And it's an electric night. We watch the band and we looking at the stands are packed. And let's get into it, Coach. We have Tallmadge Blue Devils in town. They have a 2-3 record. They're coming off a win against Barberton last week in a close game. They're coached by Mike Hay. He's in his 7th season. Been around Tallmadge for a long time. Played there, went there. He's assistant coach since 2001, and he's had a bunch of good years, including last year. They were 8-3.
Yeah, that program has done. They've done some good things over there, certainly. And I know, and we might talk about it more tonight. But with conference realignment coming, and they're leaving the Suburban League and moving over to the, I believe it's a Metro Athletic Conference, the MAC Conference, which I think is going to be a good fit for them as the Hornets take the field. But yeah, I mean, 2-3 to start the year. They're 1-1 in conference play. They beat Ellett week 1, and then they had a little bit of a skid there in the middle where they had losses to Brecksville, Broadview Heights, Greene, and Copley. And then, like you said, got back in the win column last week against Barberton. So,
and then we have a Highland Hornet team, Coach, that is playing some good ball so far. They're 5-0. They're ranked highly in all the stats, D2 in Ohio, right? Top 5, top 10 type of thing. And they had a good game last week as well at Copley.
Yeah, they did. They had a great game, 42-0 at halftime, and final score is 42-9. But just program just keeps rolling. So really, really good start to this season, and we'll get into some of the stats and things like that as the night moves forward. But
and as we do that, we'll thank Amanda Fall, our season sponsor. Amanda has been great. You can reach her at 330-273-4100. A big thank you to the Amanda Fall State Farm Agency. She's sponsored last year. She's sponsoring this year, and she makes this happen. Lots of people tune into this, and we're able to do it and put on this production with this crew thanks to Amanda.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that. And as we look at some of the stats that we were talking about a little bit ago, Coach, you look at how we have 2,100 yards, and it's pretty evenly spread. We have 1,200 on the ground. We have 900 through the air. Grady Gibb is putting up some video game type stats. 88% completion rate, I think you said. 18 yards of completion. Just very cool.
Yeah, 45 for 51, 823 yards, 8 touchdowns, just the 1 interception. Casey Miser in the rushing game, 70 attempts, 527 yards. That's 7.5 yards per carry. He's got 11 rushing touchdowns. And like you're saying, too, just as far as the ball getting spread around, I mean, Lucas Girding's got 13 catches. Dobkowski's got 7. Faust has 7. Weber has 6. Miser has 4. We were talking about a little bit ago. Jake Weber, 6 catches, 4 touchdowns. Yeah. So they're picking their spots.
25 yards of a catch.
Yeah.
And then, like you said too, a number that pops out is in the first half, Highland has outscored their opponents 153-7.
Yeah, so this number 1 defense and number 1 offense have really, really put up really solid numbers all year. And, I think last week was a perfect example of that, a 42-0 halftime lead. Didn't even put up any points in the second half, getting a lot of other guys reps and things like that. But defensively it's been a lot of fun to watch these guys, definitely.
We're lucky, like we talk about it. I don't want to take it for granted, the team that we get to watch each week, and you get a front row seat, at coaching like you do, and you make it easy to sit up here because you know all the players, you know the coaches, you know the scheme. So I'm looking forward to breaking this down from a fundamental standpoint as this game unfolds. I know that Highland won the coin flip and elected to receive.
Yes, a little different. Yeah, I think Coach Gibbons trying something different tonight. He's normally a defer guy, but obviously he wants to set the tone with the offense tonight. So,
and by the way, we'll keep everybody abreast of a couple other things going on out in the world tonight, such as the Cleveland Guardians have a big homestand here against the Rangers, I believe. So we'll keep you updated there on some scores as the kickoff.
Kicked away, bounces inside the 5. That's Lucas Girding on the return. Ball is out, and there is a scrum.
That could have been recovered by. He got it back.
He did get back on top of it, but the Hornets are going to be at about the 5.5-yard line. That was just a little nervous from the jump. That was a nice angled kick there towards that corner. That ball kind of checked up on Lucas, and once he got a hold of it, just didn't quite put it away.
Well, and we'll talk more about this, but Tallmadge has some ball players for sure, and I didn't see who stripped that ball, but they definitely have some playmakers. So 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line, it looks like.
Swing it out to Girding. And that's going to be good for a pickup of about 13 and a first down. Nice block on the edge there by Jake Weber.
Yeah, it was. He didn't knock the guy down, but you don't need to. He got in his way and did what you had to do.
He just gave Lucas enough room to get upfield and get the Hornets out across the 20 to about the 22. A little bit of a low snap coming on a quick slant. That's Nick Dobkowski. Grady Gibb, that's a good ball right on the 6 that Nick wears.
It's a good start to this game. 2 quick hitters. He's not hanging back there too long. Got rid of the ball very quickly there and on target as usual. Yeah, they got out of the hole real quick with those 2 plays, didn't they?
Yes, sir. There's another RPO. He's going to choose to swing it out to Lucas Girding. Another good block on the edge. That time Nick Dobkowski out there.
Well, when you fake it to Miser, that's going to draw the attention of the linebackers, and it did. And then Dobkowski had a good block to your point, and 3 plays, 60 yards later, we're in good position at the 34.
Staying in that 3 receiver set. Evan Faust, the lone tight end in the game. That time they will give it to Miser. And another, that's going to be close to another first down. Good push up front there by that Hornet offensive line.
4 plays, 3 guys touch the ball. Just what you'd expect.
Four receivers in the game here now. Actually, Evan Faust is still in. He's split out wide. Given to Miser, inside zone. Good push, going to be plenty for the first down.
So what Tallmadge runs a base 4-2 defense typically, but
Yes.
they'll move it up into a 3-4 on occasion, right?
Yeah, they get in some of those passing situations. They'll bring a lineman out of the game and get another athlete on the field. They like this 4-2 box as much as they can.
Dylan Lazar for a yard. That was a well played by the defense.
Like Devin Bell, first man there from the Tallmadge Blue Devils. Only able to pick about 1.5 yards up on that play.
Active linebackers on this team for sure.
Yes. Yeah, Devin Bell, 38 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and 3 sacks on the season.
Brings up a 2nd and 9.
A little bit of a bunch formation for the Hornets here. And that's going to be Gibb.
Wow.
Breaks a tackle, gets to the edge, and Hornets strike first.
Wow. That was when he faked it to Miser, there wasn't a lot there, it looked like. I don't know if we'll get to see it again, but he shook off a tackle, sidestepped, and was gone.
There's another one of those RPOs.
Yeah. Like you said, Gibb is sneaky fast, isn't he?
He
Quick,
is.
and he's shifty. And
he's strong. Running through a tackle there.
Man.
Jonah Kauza in for the extra point. Snap is good. Dan Miller snap. Grady Gibbs hold, and
well executed.
Kauza's kick is good. So we're going to see. Yeah, and we got a replay here at field level. Check that. Yeah, look at that.
He shook off 2 tackles.
Yeah, he ran through a tackle there.
His legs bring an added dimension to this offense. We talk about his arm, but I'll tell you that he can do it all. And that's a good first drive. We always talk about coming out and whether some of those plays are scripted. They've been working on them, and they all worked. I mean, there was one play that went for 1 yard. I think everything else averaged probably about 12 to 15 yards.
When you think about it, they started at the 7-yard line, and after what was not a pretty kick return situation,
right,
and marched it right down the field and take the early lead here. 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Well, when you're getting 12 to 15 a play, the offensive line is doing their job as they have all year. Nobody got close to Grady on any of those throws.
Kauza's kick will reach the back of the end zone.
Now we'll get to see our defense. And what Tallmadge is going to do is their quarterback, Braxton Dent, senior, 6'1", 210. He's going to hand the ball off quite a bit to senior number 4, Sonny Kuva, from what I've seen on tape. And they're not afraid to throw the ball either. As they come out in a spread formation.
They're going to go empty the first play of the game here. So they bring a man in motion, fake it to him, and that is Cody Bendow, I believe, getting there early. Good push
That's
through the middle of that
exactly right.
defense.
Well, he pump faked it, and I think that was designed to get out quick.
Yes.
And it was well covered, and that you can't take an extra second against this Highland defense too often.
Well, that was a quick move inside by Cody. So again in 5 wide. Straight drop. He's looking up the sideline, and that ball is going to fall incomplete out of bounds.
I think that was intended for number 5. That's
Robbie Reed.
Robbie Reed, senior receiver.
Like Liam Zielinski on the coverage on the sideline there. So that's going to be a 3rd and 16 as they come back out in the 5 wide set. Straight drop again, looking over the middle. Pass is complete, runs out of a tackle. Brought down by Cooper Zielinski. That's number 6, that's Lucas
Farah. Yeah.
So nice completion, pick up about 8 yards on that, but well short of a first down. That's going to bring out the punt team for Tallmadge.
Yeah, he broke a tackle, but Highland was laying back. They were okay with that underneath.
Yeah, anything in front is fine.
And now you have Gino Lagani is their punter, going to punt it to Lucas Girding.
It's an end-over-end kick towards the sideline. That's going to come to rest at about the 43-yard line.
Tallmadge got themselves in a bind with that first play where they took that sack.
Yes.
You know, they were trying to get rid of it quick. The last thing they wanted was a sack in that situation, because it's hard enough to make 10 yards against this defense, but you're not going to make 16, 17 yards. And,
right.
But that was a good defense did what they set out to do, and now we have good field position to start our second drive.
So 2 receivers left, 1 wide right. It's a give to Miser. He's got
good
a
blocking.
nice, yes. There is a Tallmadge player down. Good rush there by Casey Miser. We are going to have an injury timeout here.
Looks like number 8 is down. That's
Nate Hunt Heller down.
Hope he's okay. Looks like it's his knee, maybe senior defensive lineman.
Take a minute here and give a shout out to our game sponsor tonight, Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio. At Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio, we take pride in being a trusted local business located in Hinckley, delivering exceptional customer service and premium products tailored to your unique needs. Our team of experienced professionals will work closely with you to recommend the ideal automatic pool cover solution, whether you're building a brand new pool or upgrading an existing one. Give them a call at 330-659-6684. Big thanks to Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio.
Yes, thank you. So the young man is walking off the field, which is a good sign, but he's definitely limping. Hopefully he's okay.
So Hornets will have a 1st and 10 here at the 43-yard line. Gibb on a deep drop, looking for that over route. He's got Lucas Girding. That's a good ball.
Wow.
So really good protection. Had time to let that thing develop.
I mean, that took time to develop as well. You know, he was back there for 4 seconds. Nobody was near him. Great job by the offensive line, and a perfect throw by Grady Gibb.
Just a deep over route from the far side of the formation, and it's a long way to run with Lucas Girding.
That's the thing. He came. Did he come all the way across the field?
Yes, he did. Cows' kick is up and good. So 14-0 here early.
I don't think a ball has hit the ground yet. I think Grady's 4 for 4 or 5 for 5.
Check
Let's
a replay here. Just a little play action. Boy, that's a good throw. Ball traveled about 30 yards in the air.
On a rope. That looked like one of the coach's stingers that he hits on the course. It's a low bullet. It's a low, hard bullet. So Gibbs he's already got over 100 yards in the air, I believe.
Yeah, nice start here for the Highland offense. Kind of like seeing them coming out, throwing the ball a little bit, and working on that part of the game tonight. Obviously, a very intentional thing out of the coaching staff.
Jonah Kauza on the kickoff here, and Tallmadge is going to need to get something in the positive yardage. And as usual, into the end zone.
That's 20. Let's see, that's 21 of his 29 kickoffs have gone for touchbacks this year now.
And the only ones that were not were the ones he either didn't want to get there, or the one game when he was kicking into that gale force wind.
Yeah, up at Avon Lake, there was a pretty good wind up there that night. But he was still getting them down inside the 5.
It's a weapon.
Yes. So Tallmadge is going to take over. Coming back out in 5 wide. Bringing a man in motion. They fake the jet. He's looking for a skinny post. That ball's high pointed by, that's Cooper Zielinski.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, there was nowhere to throw that ball.
No.
I mean, the Hornets had coverage underneath and over top, and he still tried to take a shot at that there. And Cooper did a great job high pointing that ball.
And we're going to get to see it again here, but he had no intention of knocking that ball down. He was going to get it from the get-go there.
I mean, that's Metzger stride for stride. And letting Cooper Zielinski just play center field over the top, come over and make a play on a football.
And Metzger's a big boy to be running with. That receiver was quick. I don't know if it was number 3 they were trying to get it to, but he was stride for stride, you're right. And then Cooper, as soon as that ball went up, he was going to get it.
Great play by Cooper Zielinski.
We got another injury on the field, so we're going to take a quick timeout here. No score yet in the Guardians-Rangers game. There's also another good high school game going on. Walsh is at Hoban.
Yes.
And Hoban is an underdog in that game, which doesn't happen often. I don't condone high school betting, by the way. I just, let's get that out there.
See if I can find a Walsh score here.
But those two teams will be around at the end,
Yes.
deep into the playoffs. So it's a couple top 10 teams in the state, I believe.
Looks like it's still nothing in the first quarter. Like Northeast Ohio, Division II in Northeast Ohio is something else. I mean, it is, when you've got the Highlands and the Avons.
Yes.
And Wadsworth and Anthony Wayne and Hoban and Maslin, and it's just on down the line. I mean, I think it's probably the toughest division in the state.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are focused here in Northeast Ohio.
We're pretty lucky here when you look at the brand of high school ball that we get to see and play and watch and be a part of. I would stack it up against anywhere in the country, Coach, honestly.
Northeast Ohio football is as good as it gets, that is for sure.
But now, Highland has a good field position again to start this drive. And
last drive started at the 43. This one starts at the 46. So that's a give to Miser on an outside zone. Little stiff arm. And he is finally brought down at about the 40-yard line.
Great run, great
there
blocking.
There is a flag down at about the 38-yard line on the far side. That's going to be a hold.
Maybe on one of the receivers.
Yeah, it's out in that area.
Out in
right?
that area.
That is one of the tough things. Those outside zones. You're asking those linemen. There's a lot of movement, and that's a long time for a play side receiver to stalk block someone.
And like you always say, you're not sure as a blocker. You talk in the context of an offensive lineman, but you're not sure what the runner's going to do, right? So you're blocking a guy out here. Next thing you know, the runner cuts out here, and it's sometimes it can be tricky.
It's still going to bring up a 1st and about 4 after they mark off that penalty. Give to Misers. He's brought down. That's a nice play there by
number 60. Number 60's
Bracian
Nichols, sophomore.
I'll tell you what, you got to be strong to tackle Casey Miser with one arm.
Yeah, that was an impressive play there.
So that's going to go for a loss of about 2.
5'10", 205. He looks bigger. He looked bigger than that to me out there on the field, doesn't he?
Yes, sir. Nice play by Bracian. So 2nd and 6. Going to bring Girding in motion. Fake the jet. That's Gibb keeping it working the midline. He's going to pick up a couple, maybe 3.
Brought down by number 17, Xavion Caldwell Jr. Couple good back-to-back plays there by Tallmadge, huh?
Yes. Yeah, you got a 1st and 4. Now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 3. So nice job by this Tallmadge defense. So, 2 backs in the backfield.
Yeah.
With Gibb this time. It's going to be given to Miser, and he is just going to enforce his will. There was some contact about the line of scrimmage, but he's still able to pick up about 6, and that is going to be good for a Hornet 1st down.
Yeah, that was a typical Miser run there.
Yes.
He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and then he winds up getting, 8 yards?
Right. Well, they brought Dan Miller in the game as a tight end, and they moved Faust back into the backfield with Miser and got a nice lead block. But Casey Miser now 59 rushing yards here in the first quarter. There's a give to Miser. Quick hitter.
Wow.
He's spinning, dragging.
He's still up.
It's going to be a pickup of about 14 and another first down.
I don't know how well we track yards after hit, but
Right.
but he's got to be leading the. He's coming up on a bunch of county records that we'll talk about, and
Yes.
probably in the next game he's maybe 6 touchdowns away from the rushing record. But what he does after contact is really special. They talk about guys that are always leaning forward. He's certainly one of those guys.
Fake it to Miser this time. Short roll. Gibbs eyes downfield. He's going to pull it down. And before he's forced out.
That's the thing about Gibb. He could have forced that ball in there. But he said, you know what? Nobody's open. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the 5 yards. That was a good decision.
Yeah.
He thought about it, and there was a couple guys that, maybe you could have got it to, but that's a good, smart decision.
We did a nice job. He didn't panic.
He doesn't panic.
And he just kind of let it develop. Didn't like what he saw. Still able to pick up 5 yards on first down.
Good play.
Got Dobkowski singled up on this short side here. You're going to set up a screen to Miser.
Wow.
And look at those lead blocks. And he is in. So you had Wyatt Sitz, Cody Bendow.
Oh. That was a really cool screen pass there. Very well executed.
I'll tell you what, that was very well executed. Kind of had Dobkowski run his man off. He was the near side receiver. And then there was just a green wave out there taking him to the end zone. There is Kauza's extra point is good.
That's one of those, Coach, that you draw up on paper, and it's like, okay, this X is going to block this O, and this one's going to be here, and it's like that's exactly how it unfolded.
Yes.
Watch this.
Look at this.
There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then he's out in the open field, and it's over.
Yeah, so I see Messina. I mean,
that was cool.
You get those big boys out there blocking small guys. You're going to put a defense in a bad way. Really, really well executed, well schemed.
That was cool. You know what this is, though? They talk about complementary football, and Highland really plays that. Special teams does their job, kicks it in the end zone, pins them deep typically. The defense does their job. The offense gets good field position, and those 3 phases of the game work together very well, and it sets each other up is what it does for success.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, you think about the starting field position tonight, with the exception of the opening kick. Anytime the defense has been on the field, the worst starting field position has been the Highlands' 40-yard line.
Yeah.
So you're getting a short field all night. This is a hard offense to stop on a short field.
And Tallmadge is doing their best. They're making a couple plays here and there, but it's hard to string plays together against this team.
That is going to go for another touchback. I want to take a second to shout out the Galaxy Restaurant tonight. Fed the football team, so big thanks to them they were the pregame meal sponsor for the football team. Leatherman family and everything that they do for all things Highland sports.
What'd they bring them in? Some meat or what?
I'm sure they had all the good stuff. I never get to be a part of that. I'm watching film with the freshmen. I know this. None of the boys were complaining when they got back in the locker room.
I don't imagine they would be.
Tallmadge goes to a hard count. Got a little bit of movement, but it's the first handoff of the game. It's going to be Logan Miles on the carry.
And he was met by 5 Highland defenders, the whole left side of that line, plus Jamison Gordon.
A lot of penetration in the center of that defensive line so far tonight.
Yeah, this defense does a really good job of, and it starts up front. You know, just nowhere to go there at all.
So they went from 5 wide to now they've got 3 tight ends in the game.
Oh, they're searching.
Looking for and look to run a little jet sweep. That was number 13. That was Devin Bell.
And Callan Whitling said, not on my watch here. He made a really nice play and a good tackle.
Yeah, that's a tackle for about a 4-yard loss there.
That's the other thing about this defense. They don't miss a lot of tackles. We saw the one earlier that they missed on a short one, but that's rare.
Right.
And these guys know how to wrap up and tackle, and that you probably see that in practice.
Yes.
And how that starts with technique and reps.
Callan Whitling now 3.5 tackles for loss so far this season. Does a great job from that star position. As that pocket's going to collapse again. It's Dan Miller and Lucas Grillis with a meeting at the quarterback.
Those 2 guys are having really good seasons,
yes,
aren't they? Dan Miller and sophomore Lucas Grillis is really putting a good campaign together. Those guys just met back there, like you said. No time. So they're trying spread. They're trying tight. You know, there's not much that they can get done right now when you don't have any time. And now they got a punt from deep in their own territory.
4th and 21.
Girding set up at the 44.
Hornets most likely going to get real good field position again as this end-over-end kick bounces. Girding fields it. He's going to try and take it left across the 40. Down inside the 20 before he's forced out.
Girding looked like a shortstop on that play there, fielding that punt. Little dangerous, but he did it.
See, the Guardians have an early deficit in the first inning, gave up 4 runs.
Well, they got punched in the mouth early. We'll see what happens now. I wouldn't count them out yet. Gave up a early home run. That's what they did. Well, this drive starts inside the 20.
Gibb going under center. Still going to turn and hand it to 25. And Casey Miser's in. There's a new little wrinkle.
He doesn't go under center too often, huh?
No, normally it's in the victory formation. That's about it.
I've seen that.
I like that, throwing some things in there.
Well, like you said early on, they have an idea of what they want to get accomplished and what they want to work on, and you know, maybe some pass plays that they haven't tried before, some different runs.
Sometimes you just want to put some things on film.
Yeah.
So Cowsey in. Kick is up and good. So 28-0. There's 8 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, as the Hornets have gotten off to a great start. Just a wall of blockers out there again. Casey had to hurdle one man, but
well, it's been a heck of a first quarter, and it still is the first quarter. It's been a one-sided game. Certainly, I don't think Tallmadge has a positive yard. I'm pretty sure they have negative yards. But you got to give Highland credit too. They're executing the plays, and it's a tall order for Tallmadge.
Looks like we've got Sky Fox hovering overhead
good call.
as we speak. So the Hornets will make an appearance on Friday Night Touchdown tonight.
There we go.
So Kauza in to kick it away. And that will sail into and through the end zone. So Tallmadge will take over at the 20-yard line, looking for some answers on how to move the football here.
Yeah, and I don't know what you draw upon here.
Well, I give them credit. I mean, you know, the 5 wide thing wasn't working, so they tried something a little different that last series. Now it's about execution on that side of the football.
Maybe I wouldn't mind seeing a little screen pass, you know, maybe take advantage of some of our aggressiveness. I don't know that they've tried that yet. Maybe a.
So going back into that empty set. So Dent takes it, looking for a quick one. Oh, nice ball there. Fit that one in there.
That's what they needed.
It's caught by
number 12.
It's Harry Jivden on the catch. Jivden,
6'1" senior. That was a bullet. That was a
good ball. Good for a first down. So that will bring the quarter to an end.
This might be a good time to thank Amanda Fall once again here. Amanda's proudly serving the community for over 20 years, right in the heart of our district. Her local office is based right here in Hinckley. Supporting local families is what Amanda's all about. So there's a lot of people that get to watch this because of the sponsorship by Amanda Fall State Farm Agency. So we many appreciate you, including us. So if you're Tallmadge, you try to build on that. You know, you had a positive play there, and we'll give you an update. We just said the Rangers punched us in the mouth to start, but don't count us out yet. It was 4-0. Now it's 4-2 at the end of the first inning.
Yeah, I was going to say, and they're all the way in the second inning. So
it could be a high-scoring affair up in Cleveland tonight.
As that is just stacked up immediately. That looked like Girding. I'm sorry, Grillis and Gordon.
They almost took the handoff, it looked like.
That happened real quick. Trying to get the ball to number 24, Gino Lagani. Just nowhere to go. So Hornets in a little bit of an odd 3-man front. They've got a linebacker walked up outside. That's Jamison Gordon chasing from behind.
That's Cooper Zielinski on the tackle, maybe with some others.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
How about the season Cooper Zielinski has in the top 3 of our overall tackles?
Yeah.
You know, that.
And that's from a safety spot, and that's not because he's making tackles downfield.
No.
He works downhill, he runs his alley, and he makes plays at or around the line of scrimmage. He's done an outstanding job in his first year as a starter at that safety position. Straight drop, pressure early. That was Jamison Gordon right in Dent's face as he was releasing that football, and it's going to fall incomplete. Going to bring up another 4th down.
Tallmadge has a man down. That's number 2.
Logan Miles.
That's Logan Miles, senior.
All right, so I got the menu from tonight. My friend Michelle Phillips, you know, she wanted us to make sure that we let everybody know that the boys enjoyed some Alfredo pasta with chicken and broccoli and bread. Carbs, carbs, and more carbs.
That's what they need.
So these boys Had a nice pregame meal courtesy of the Galaxy restaurant tonight.
It's a good way to start the night for the boys.
Yes. Well, I'm sure she's going to be mad that I brought up her name, but you know what that club does, what the parents club does, feeding the boys. I mean, nobody's walking around hungry. I'll tell you that. I mean, they're here feeding us all summer during our doubles sessions, and every Friday night, you know, right after school, they get the boys fed, and there's a lot of time and effort put in from that group of volunteer parents.
Very cool.
So big thanks to them.
Well, and we get to watch the game, but there's a lot of things that happen to make this game happen. You know,
Yes.
from people out there taking tickets, and you see the concession stand, and you see selling gear out there, and you see people grilling, and it's a big effort that happens on Friday nights around here.
Yeah, it's interesting. You talk about this defense. You know, we talk about how they spread it around on offense, but when you go through these stats, I mean, Evan Faust, 38 tackles, Jamison Gordon, 28, Cooper Zielinski, 27, Callan Whitley, 19, you know, and on and on and on. Dan Miller's got 17 from his defensive end position. Lucas Grillis has 18 from his defensive end position. Then you've got Nick Dowkowski, another safety, 13 tackles. But he also has, I believe, 5 interceptions on the season. That is going to be another short punt. It's going to come to rest at about the 33-yard line where the Hornets will take over. So there's a lot of guys making plays on this defense from a lot of spots. And we talk a lot about these linebackers and the way they fly around, but you've got a couple interior defensive linemen that are clogging things up, giving them free rein to run around with Cody, what Cody Bendow and Ryan Zahir are doing in the middle. Defensive ends making plays. And then the secondary play has just been fun to watch.
Well, it's a total team effort on all phases of this team. It really is. They spread the ball around on offense. Everybody contributes on defense, which is why there's nothing that Tallmadge could really do. I mean, this team does not give up a lot of yards through the air. They don't give up yards on the ground.
Right.
The quarterback has no time to to do anything.
Right.
And what does that come from? That's a combination of executing, right? But countless reps that happen throughout the year, and the teamwork and cohesiveness of the group. What do they call that? Discipline, right? Disciplined defense is what this is. Nobody's trying to be the hero. Everybody's doing their job.
So I'm so glad you said that, because if you hear anything come out at a practice, normally when something goes wrong, it's because somebody's trying to do somebody else's job. Yeah. So you hear this coaching staff talk, just do your job. We do a drill every day called Build the Wall, where you're literally, everybody's got a gap. Let's get to our gap. Let's build that wall. And it translates to Friday nights. I mean, there is nowhere to run tonight because they are building a wall every play.
Yeah.
So Tallmadge took a timeout. Hornets going to take over 1st and 10. Fake to Lazar. That's a good pull by Grady Gibb. He's going to be upended after he picks up 12.
That looked like a very good decision that Grady Gibb made there.
Yes. Robbie Reed on the tackle.
Yeah, Gibb got hit pretty hard there.
That was a right eyes to the thighs right there, and upended Grady, but good for 12 yards and a first down. Yeah, I have a tendency to say a fake here or a fake there. There's not really very many fakes in this offense. Those are all read plays, and Grady does a nice job reading what the defense is giving him.
I misspeak there as well sometimes.
Now that was a little play action pass as he's looking for a rail route. That ball's going to be
intercepted. Yes.
And it is intercepted.
That was number 7. That's Robbie Is that Robbie Reed? No, that's
Quentin Johns.
Quentin Johns, senior. He had very good coverage out there.
Yeah, I think that's one Grady's going to want to have back. There, that was well covered on a rail route there. We'll take a look at this replay. Yeah, trying to get that rail route. Just no room to throw that.
And it was that Faust?
That was Faust.
So he did his best to play defensive back there. He just couldn't get to the ball. He was trying.
There's a give inside. And he is brought down. That was Callan Whitling and Jamison Gordon on the stop. Logan Miles. So I will say, and I know we haven't talked about it yet, but Sonny Kuva has not made an appearance tonight, so that is a big loss to this Tallmadge offense. Their leading rusher, he's got 60.
Yeah, Sonny Kuva, senior running back. I have not seen him out here.
66 carries for 359 yards and 4 touchdowns on the season. That's a big loss to this offense. There's another give in the middle, nowhere to go. As there are about 8 hats on the football that time.
I think Tallmadge has given up some size, too, on the offensive line there against our D-line. But that D-line is – they fire off that ball, they run downhill, and now Tallmadge is in another 3rd and long, which I still like to see him run a little screen pass here. They haven't tried that yet. They got trips out to the right.
Going back to that empty set. Gonna bring him. There you go. There's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So they brought him in that motion, but he runs out of bounds. I think he's going to be short.
I think they gave it to him.
Give it to him.
Well, that's the only thing you can do. You have to try to. You got to try to take advantage of the aggressive defense. Now they are very well disciplined, but you got to get the ball out quick. It's their only hope.
And there's a classic. That's a good case to what you're dealing with. So they bring him in motion, and basically you're motioning to a 4-receiver side of a formation. That's a lot of men to handle.
Yep.
And then they just flip it out there in the flat. Let him make a play for a first down.
Now they might do the same thing to the other side. They got trips left. Okay, he's coming to the short side.
Go with a jet sweep. That ball is
good
fumbled
play.
out of bounds. That was Jamison Gordon poked it out. He was able to pick up about 4 yards on the play. 3 yards on the play.
It was either Gordon or maybe that was Faust.
Oh, that was Faust. You're right.
But
good call.
Faust can move quick, can't he?
Yes.
I mean, it looked like they had a little something going there.
Right.
And Faust made up about 6 yards in about a split second.
Well, Evans got 38 tackles, 22 solo on the season, so he flies around from that will linebacker spot. Hornets run a little stunt inside. That ball is intercepted. And that might be our boy Evan Faust.
There might be a flag down.
I do see a flag. See what that is.
Yeah, that's gonna hold up though. That's an offensive holding.
Okay. So the Hornets ran a stunt with their defensive end, and you'll see a twist here on this left side. So you saw number 85 Dan Miller from his defensive end spot go inside down into that B gap, and the guard just grabbed him by the shoulder pad because he had a free run at Dent there, and then it got worse from there.
Well, that ball was thrown behind the receiver. Had it been a good throw, they might have had a little something there. But having said that, Highland has another drive that starts in Tallmadge territory. Good play by Evan Faust.
Give to Casey Miser. And huge hole. I don't think he got touched till about 15 yards downfield that time.
Till number 22, Gavin Stewart came, and it's funny how they teach that. They didn't really do that when you and I were growing up. You know, they teach that stripping of the ball, and he went after that ball, and you got to tuck that thing tight, as our guys do.
Yes. Back to 2 men in the backfield with Gibb. That time, Miser was the lead blocker
For Faust. Short gain.
I know that's something they like doing from time to time, get the ball in Evans' hands. Only pick up about 1.5 yards on that play.
That was a good play for Tallmadge. They're winning. They win once in a while, but the trick is, can they win again? You know, and it's hard against this team.
Yes.
It's hard to win multiple plays in a row.
Play clock winding down inside of 4 seconds here. You do get it off. Give to Miser.
That was another good play there.
Yeah, Casey had to spin out of a tackle. He's brought down.
22 hit him first again. I don't know who wrapped him up.
Gavin Stewart was first man there.
So did we call timeout?
Yes, we did.
It's a good timeout. Regroup a little bit on
Yeah,
3rd and 7.
You got a 3rd and 7, so you got to get everybody on the same page here.
Well, you want to see what you want to work on too. You know what I mean? Like you were saying earlier, it's about this play, but it's also about maybe looking forward.
Again, a big thanks to Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio. Why choose our automatic pool covers? Enhanced safety and security, lower maintenance costs, energy efficiency, effortless convenience, as well as humidity control. Call us today at 330-659-6684 to discover how we can elevate your pool experience. Big thanks.
If I had a pool, I'd be calling them. 3rd and 7. Miser next to Gibb in the backfield.
Gonna go with a little short roll.
Oh,
looking for a throwback, and Evan Faust is wide open. I love that play design. You know, they had Dobkowski here on the near side. He ran like a short post to they just completely cleared this end of the or this side of the field. And with the protection that Grady has been getting tonight, they're able to let that thing develop. And Faust just kind of selling a block early and just sneaks out the other side, and there's nobody within 10 yards of him when he catches it. Another well-designed, well-executed.
I don't think we've seen that play this year, have we? I don't think so. That was well done. And like you said, that was set up by the time, because Grady rolled out to the right and he set up and he let it develop, and he had a good 4 or 5 seconds, and then he made we're going to see it again, then he made a really nice throw.
So he just sneaks back across the formation. That's Evan's 2nd touchdown catch on the year. Yeah, I think we need to talk about that offensive line with Spencer Marquis at center, and you've got Bendow and Sitz playing guard, and you have Fern and who am I forgetting? Probably the one that I shouldn't be forgetting.
You said Messina.
Oh, Messina, yeah.
Well, and Messina, ironically, is the only returner, the only guy that we hit. So at the beginning of the season, we said, you know, what's going to happen with the offensive line with only Josh Messina returning?
Right.
That was kind of a question mark, if you will. And these guys have done a heck of a job.
I think they've answered that question quite
and it
quite
probably
well.
wasn't a question mark internally, just maybe externally, looking at it, just from the standpoint of you have one returner at that at that position there.
And I think there's that added, you lost 2 All-State offensive linemen.
That's
I
right.
mean, one of them was they were All-State as defensive linemen, but
Yes.
2 All-State type of players.
That's right. That's right.
This is going to be a short kick, and by short I mean down to the 5-yard line.
Wow.
And there is just nowhere to go. So he didn't catch it cleanly, had to pick it up off the turf. And by then, that Hornet coverage team got there.
Number 12.
That's Noah, or I'm sorry, I almost said Noah Radigan. It's his brother,
That's
Ben.
Well, I think sometimes that kickoff team says, "Hey, how about give me a little chance here?"
Yeah, how about we
Jonah?
go cover one here?
How about you kick it to the 5 for once?
Just to see how it feels.
And I mean, I'm half joking, but the result is now they're at the 8-yard line instead of the.
That looked very intentional.
Yeah, absolutely.
He tried to kick that one high,
Absolutely.
let the coverage team get down there, and it worked out exactly how they were trying.
Yep.
So 35-0, 5 minutes and 14 seconds left in the half. Dent in the shotgun, quick play action, looking to swing it out in the flat. That's complete.
Good tackle down there by Callan Whitling. Another good open field tackle too. Those are not the easiest to make always.
That was Lucas Farah on the catch.
Brings up a 2nd and 9 from the 10-yard line.
So they tried to run a little trap play there as a guard pulled across the formation, but there's just too much penetration play side. Try to pull that guard across. Everybody's blocking down. He's trying to kick out, but there's too much there too quick. And that's actually going to go for a loss of about a yard.
In the last 3rd and 10, we saw that little swing pass where they were able to get enough for the first down here off of this same formation. Yeah.
Looking to float one towards the sideline, but that's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. It was intended for Gavin Stewart.
Yeah, Gavin Stewart's on both sides of the ball. He's a good player. Just that's another one where he actually had a little bit of time, but there was nobody open. There was nowhere to throw the ball.
Right.
I mean, literally. That's Lucas Sfera, the punter, I believe, back there, number 6.
And we've got a timeout by Tallmadge.
35-0, Coach, with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the half. With Tallmadge punting again, so probably going to start to see some guys coming into the game here. Get some reps.
I won't be surprised if Coach Gibbons lets that go to
one more drive for the.
Yeah, and you know what he's been doing, and I agree with it. These guys need reps. It seems like he's been even letting them get that first series of the second half before they make wholesale changes.
And you almost have to do that.
Well, you got to keep the guys in shape,
that's
right? I mean, and there's going to be, most likely there's going to be a few of these games coming down the stretch. So they got to get their reps. They've got to stay in shape, and they got to work on things.
Oh,
that punt is
I don't know
almost
how he
blocked.
got that
low
off.
line drive and a really good punt. It's going to go out across midfield. So that was
that Dan Miller? Somebody was right in.
That might have been Callan
Was
Whitling.
it Whitling? I thought he was going to take it right off his foot.
Yeah, it was a low spiraling bullet of a kick. Got it across midfield.
Well, like we said, it's been another beautiful night here. The band's getting ready to play at halftime. The student section is packed over there.
Yes.
The stands are still packed. And the Hornets have another drive here starting in good field position.
Dylan Lazar in the backfield now, as he's going to get the handoff. Outside zone. That is well blocked again. I'll tell you what, he runs that outside zone well. There's a lot going on, and you know, basically you're just looking for a seam, and he picked the first one he saw, and he's able to pick up about, what, 18, 19 yards?
Well, I got to see him for the first time last year, and I was anxious to see him in, in meaningful reps this year. And that kid is fast, strong, quick.
Good football player. This time they're going to run a little option. Grady's going to keep it, and he is gone.
How about that block by Dobkowski out there on the end? Sheesh.
Grady limping a little bit at the end of that.
Yeah, he is.
So I like that design. That was pretty cool, right? Yes. So they had two backs in the backfield, and it was almost like the old triple option. They had the option to give it inside, and they brought that back behind, and there was an option on a pitch there, but no need to.
No need to. The defense sucked in on that fake, and then there was nobody out there. There was the one corner, and Dobkowski took care of him. I don't know if we'll get to see it again, but if we do, we are going to get to see it. Watch this block out here.
Yep, Nick Dobkowski.
At the very end there, it looked like he.
Yeah. So 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the half. For the second week in a row, Hornets have scored 42 points. In the first half.
What's the offensive line talking about down there with Coach? You got the big horses there looking at some. Are they looking at?
Yeah, so they've
some plays.
Yeah, they've got live video feed.
That's pretty neat.
Their huddle goes right to an iPad down there, so they within seconds of every play, you can watch it. So I'm sure they're talking about what kind of front they're seeing, or it could be alignment things. It's such a huge coaching tool. Coach Fritz and the boys going over some schematic things here.
That's pretty cool to see those big boys over there looking at the play that just happened. I mean, technology has come so far. From at the high school level, we're looking at the play immediately.
Yes.
And they probably liked what they saw on that replay, on the tape there that they're watching. Well, that was very quick. This time he says, I'm going to go ahead and kick it deep.
And drive that one into the end zone. That might have been.
Was that not Jonah Kauza?
No, I think that might have been Kuzma that time. Yeah, Landon Kuzma getting the touchback on that kickoff there.
We were watching him kick 40-yarders with ease in pregame, right?
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a talented young man right there. But being a punter in this program,
right.
I mean, he didn't play last week.
You'd rather be a punt returner maybe in this program, but.
So here we go, empty set with 4 wide to the right side of the formation. Going to swing that one
Oh.
out, and he is met quickly.
Is that Metzger?
That is Metzger. I'll tell you what, we talk about a lot. That's a big corner.
Well, yeah.
He looks like a linebacker, or he just hit like a linebacker right there.
Yeah, he did. That's a weapon out at corner, because we saw him run earlier,
Yes.
and he's got the speed to play corner and the size to hit like that.
2nd down and 9. Got I formation.
Under center, yeah.
We go with an ISO. There's nowhere to go.
Callan Whitling was in there, and Lucas Grillis.
Drew Divis was in on that as well, too.
I think that you guys as coaches have to love that too. We rarely call one person's name on the tackle.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see, right? You want to see a host of defenders arrive at the ball, and that's typically what you
Swarm.
see. A swarm. That's
Yes.
it. That's well said. 3rd and 7. Back to that I formation.
Stay in the I
again.
formation. Gonna fake the.
Oh, he's open.
And Dan Miller. Dan Miller, first man there. Lucas Grillis there also, I believe. Looks like Ryan Zahir was in there as well. They'll fight over who gets credit for that sack. Dan Miller, definitely first man there, but.
Well, that's one of those where we're looking at it from up here, and number 9 broke open on the flag pattern, and he's open, and we're like, why don't you throw him the ball? Well, the reason is because at that point it was already done.
There's an 85 in your face.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
If he had had another second there, if the pressure didn't get to him, he could have stepped up and made that throw because there was a rare receiver open.
So Tallmadge is going to let this clock wind as long as they can. All the way down, and they're going to take I believe that's their final timeout of the half. Wind it in to 41 seconds left.
I have 4-2 Rangers in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Okay.
Tigers are in Boston, and that game is scoreless, so we'll keep an eye there as well. We were going to talk a little bit about the Ryder Cup, but we're not going to talk about that right now, Coach. Although I wouldn't count them out yet. I'm not saying that. It's 5.5 to 2.5.
Yeah, tomorrow's a new day. 8 more points up for grabs tomorrow.
But let's just call it like it is. They got it handed to them today.
That's not how.
Home turf.
Not how Captain Bradley drew that one up.
No.
So Girding back deep to receive the punt. This one is away clean, short end over end. Bounces right at the 50 and out of bounds. So 36 seconds left in the half.
And we'll crunch some numbers at halftime, but I don't believe Tallmadge. I don't know if they're in the positive yardage territory or not. I have a feeling they're about a net 0 yards, but we'll get the numbers for you after we see this last drive. 36 seconds to go.
So get back in the game. Love seeing that.
Yeah, that's good.
Gonna swing it out to Dobkowski on a screen. Ooh. Josh Messina. And there's going to be a flag. So that was a quick wide receiver screen. It sits, and
Messina just absolutely
Yeah, and I think the problem is he might have told too many people about it.
But he told his own sideline about it. I don't love that flag. He wasn't in the guy's face.
I agree with that.
Let's
take a look at this replay. So look at these two left side. That's Messina. They waved it off.
Yeah, good.
Just look at this.
Oh.
Just bury him, and then sits buries 2.
That was a good no call, though. I'm glad they picked that flag up because Messina made a great block, and he looked at his guys on the sidelines.
Yes.
He wasn't rubbing it into the other team. He wasn't taunting anybody.
We're allowed to have some excitement on the football field.
Yeah, and after a block like that, you're entitled to do that.
So Hoban has a 10-7 lead on Walsh Jesuit at halftime. That is a ball game going on.
That's
one of the better rivalries in the state.
2 good programs.
Well, Ohio football is better when those 2 programs are good, and they're both really good now. Gibb on a roll. He's got a man wide open.
What? And I can't even see that part. That's girding.
Well, that was just a corner route.
Well, Lucas Girding got behind the defense, and Gibb made a good throw.
Yep.
And Girding had to go get that ball. It was a little bit low. He made a good catch there, but that was a well executed play. Now this is 35.
It's Kwiatkowski. That kick is up and good. Good to see Carson knock one through. So here's the replay. Yeah, so he's just in that slot position running a corner route, just ran right by.
Yeah.
Just another one of those short little rolls, and you just move the pocket a little bit. Grady stayed patient, threw a nice ball out there.
Well, it's been a first half, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Still 18 seconds left here. I really do love seeing them open up the passing game a little bit and just work on some things, see some things. I'm sure there's plenty to talk about when they get into film tomorrow, but pass protection has been excellent. And not very many balls hitting the turf. So
I can't think of any except for the interception, and that didn't hit the turf. Well, it's always neat to see how many guys touch the ball in this offense. We talk a lot about it, but I bet you it was 7 guys that touched the ball. It's very well balanced, and really anything that they've wanted, they've gotten in this first half,
He's going to sail into the end zone again. I believe that was Kauza. Nope, that was Kuzma again kicking off.
It's almost like we have an arsenal of kickers
it's not
they're all good.
Well, it's not like Carson Kwiatkowski. I can't remember if it was his freshman year or sophomore year. I mean, he broke the school record for extra points made and all that, and then he had a bad knee injury and went down, and that's when Kuzma got recruited to come out. Or I'm sorry, Kauza got recruited to come out. He's turned into a highly recruited kicker. And if you ever get to see Kuzma punt, he can punt.
Are they all 3 soccer players or no? Just 2? I don't know.
I know Carson is.
And very cool.
Yes.
Lots of depth on this team, not only at the kicker position, at all the spots. It goes 2, 3, 4 deep.
Yeah. Good
first half. We'll watch the band. We'll take a little break, grab some food maybe, and Andrew will crunch some numbers for us, and we'll.
Yeah, so we'll see the Tallmadge band first, and then Mr. Ed Marquette will bring the Pride of Highland out. So hope everybody enjoys the halftime show, and we will be back for the second half.
Commander Nick Silva, is your band ready? Please welcome to the field, the Tallmadge Marching Band! Ladies and gents, this is it, the moment you've waited for. From the hit musical and featuring soloist Blake Wilhelm. Please tell me, do you want to go to the greatest show? Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride. A little bit of you makes us your band. With Lou Vega's Mambo number 5. way into our hearts with this next tune. The Blue Devil marching band is Upside, Inside Out. They're Living La Vida Loca.
Welcome back to North Gateway Tire Field. 49-0. We have a couple minutes to go over some numbers that Andrew and team helped put together for us.
And by Andrew and team, we mean Andrew and Andrew.
Andrew and Andrew. I'm not pointing to us. It's not about us, but we predicted 400 yards, and it's 396, and we predicted net zero, and it's 17 yards of offense for Tallmadge.
Yes. Yeah, Miser, 10 carries, 110 yards, 1 touchdown, so he's 11 yards a carry. Grady Gibb, 8 of 9, 185, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. So his 1 incompletion was an interception. He also has 69 yards on the ground on 5 carries with 2 rushing touchdowns.
It's almost been like whatever they wanted to get, they were able to get. They executed. They made it happen. And now they got another half of football, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say there was a buzz down there, Coach, at halftime there with a visit from Shadur Sanders on the sidelines.
Yeah, newest member of the Highland community down there, and he's been around a lot. You know, he's in the area now, and he's been out on the field throwing passes to some of our guys, you know, through the summer and using the weight room, and he's
showing up at volleyball games, I heard.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think
there's a shot of him there. The little guys are loving it.
Yes.
Everybody's loving it, but the little fellas are getting a kick out of it.
I'll tell you what, he's a good kid. I mean, he's a good kid, and I just love that he's comfortable and wants to, you know, be a part of the community.
Well, think about what he could be doing on a Friday night, right? Young guy, do whatever, and instead he's here at the local football game,
right,
supporting the community. You're right. I love it too.
Yes.
And I think the whole community loves it.
Right.
It's very cool.
Yes.
What else is very cool is Amanda Fall and what she does for us. So we'll shout you out, Amanda. It does not get repetitive because without you, we wouldn't be able to do these. So thank you. Thank your State Farm agency, allowing a lot of people to enjoy the game from their living room, you know, with a beverage perhaps, keeping local sports alive and accessible to all the fans. So thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Shadur. And we will bring you more updates, too. I think the Guardians are still down 4-2.
They are.
And maybe about the fifth inning. And as bad as that, the Tigers are up 3-1 in Boston.
Okay.
However, there's innings to be played. As the old ball coach might say, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, I might say something. I don't know. I might say something like that.
I said might. I didn't say you would.
Hey, just keep playing the game.
One pitch at a time, one down at a time, right?
That's right.
One swing at a time. So in all seriousness, though, so there is another half a ball to play here, Coach. And what do you do if you're Highland? You're working guys in. I mean, maybe not the first drive. Maybe, I don't know, but you're getting guys reps here for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yes. I mean, and these are tough situations because you don't always know what the right answer is, but I'm sure we're going to get to see a lot of guys getting a lot of good reps tonight, followed by another JV game tomorrow morning. So,
but you know what I've noticed when the guys get opportunities in the second half of these games, the coaches treat it like it's the beginning of the game. They still want to see that execution. They still want to see the young guys do what they're supposed to do because, like we always talk about, these are the guys that are going to be out on this field next year.
Yeah, these are important reps. They're very important reps, and it's good tape to watch, and everything's a learning experience. So these are important halves to just keep competing, right? And it's good for these guys to get under the lights and get to experience it as well.
Yeah, that's right. We saw so many of these guys last year perform in the second halves that are now performing in the first half of these games.
Right.
So that's got another half. And if you're Tallmadge, and if you're the coaching staff over there, it's not a lost half either. They did not think they were going to come in and win this game if everybody's being honest with each other. Now, they didn't want it to be 49-0, right? But they want to get meaningful reps as well.
Sure.
And they want to get something out of this half.
Sure. And there's a lot of young guys on the field for them tonight. And you know, being without Sonny Kuva is like, obviously that's a big hit to their offensive everything, right?
That's right.
As well as defensive. He's one of their key defensive players too. So, you know, they're gonna keep working on things, and Tallmadge always does things the right way. They're going to continue to do that.
And that's Landon Kuzma with another ball in the end zone. Well, it's going to be a fast-moving half with the running clock.
Yes.
That it will be. Won't be too many possessions in either direction.
Yeah, Braxton Dent was 5 of 10 in the first half for 42 yards, but he did have the 2 interceptions. But he hasn't had a lot of time to work, you know. So he's thrown a couple nice balls tonight, though. A couple real nice balls over the middle, and
yeah,
you can see him growing and learning as
agree.
well.
Lots of underclassmen on this Tallmadge team.
They're going to give it in the middle of that defense.
It's a good hard run.
So we just had something pretty cool happen right there. There were 3 Zelinskis on the field to start the second half. You have the normal defensive starters in Cooper and Liam, and they were joined by their brother Owen, who is now taking over at one of the corner positions. So what a cool.
It's a cool family moment.
I'm sure Mom and Dad are taking some pictures of that tonight. That's good stuff. He's going to swing it out. Nice move on the edge.
Yeah, that's number 5, Robbie Reed. I didn't see who made the tackle.
I didn't either. I got to be better.
Well, when it gets a little bit dark, we'll pull the binoculars out and do a better job for you. But that's a first down for Tallmadge, so they're out at the 40-yard line. Oh.
That play stacked up real quick.
Was that Owen Zielinski, the first one in there? 19?
I believe that's correct.
For a big loss.
So second down and 15. Straight drop. He's got pressure.
That was Drew Divis back there first.
Yeah.
Big number 70.
It's pressure early again. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 19.
I like to watch the starters on the sideline getting pumped up for that play, you know, just as if it was them out there. That's what a team is all about.
These guys work hard together every day in their individual drills, and Hornets show pressure back out of it.
Oh.
That pass is incomplete.
That was the 22. He's all over the field tonight, but they weren't able to connect on that, which is going to bring up another punt, I believe.
Gavin stored that ball just a little bit behind him.
Yeah.
So it's Frankie Ianagi back to receive this punt for the Hornets.
Oh.
Low liner, not going to reach the midfield mark where the Hornet offense will take over.
So Shadur's down in the corner eating some popcorn.
He's a popcorn guy.
Taking the game in. I like that.
He's been signing autographs and taking pictures. And
I see Amy Grissom down there on security detail for him. Making sure he's doing what she does. She always likes the shout-outs. I know that.
It's her favorite part of the night. So this will be Aiden Police taking over at quarterback.
Junior.
Senior.
Wow. You're not going to catch Lazar.
Oh, we've got a flag.
Now, that was a very late flag. Was it a downfield block?
I
didn't see it.
So little birdie told me that Dylan Lazar has become a force in the springtime on the track. That little birdie is the head boys track coach, Coach Lippincott. So we just saw why he is a force on the track in the springtime, because he is in the fall on a football field as well.
Well, I'd like to know what that kid's squat is, you know, what he does in the weight room, because he shook off at least one tackle, and then he was just gone. He was shot out of a cannon, but after he broke at least one tackle.
So was this a sideline warning? Like, they're not marking anything off?
Yeah, I think you're right, Coach.
Good guess by me right there. Andrew was all over it. That kick is blocked.
Let's see a replay of this.
I'll tell you what, he just needs a little seam, and then he is going.
Yes. But he shook it off.
Ran through one tackle, and nobody's going to catch him at that point.
Dylan Lazar.
Good kid, does everything right, you know, and you know, he's going to have, and he has had, but you know, important carries, and it's huge to have that second back that, you know, there's going to be times where you got to get Casey out of the game, give him a blow, and you know, Dylan is. There's a lot of teams inside this conference that wish that they had a Dylan Lazar in their backfield.
Yeah.
And
well, it's tough to be the running back behind Casey Miser, but I think they've done a good job this year of working Dylan in and really being able to complement each other.
Yes.
You know, and then
absolutely.
They bring Evan Faust down there on occasion, and lots of weapons. But you know, the coaches are happy to see the blocks on that play and the execution on that play.
Well, Dylan is over, you know, he's going to be well over 6 yards a carry after that long touchdown. So he's done a nice job. It's Kuzma again kicking it away. And another touchback.
You know, and it's maybe similar with Aiden Police, right? He's a senior,
yeah.
6'2", 180 pounds, good-sized young man. Behind Grady Gibb, though, you know, so
right.
he doesn't get a ton of reps, but whenever he comes in, he gets the job done.
Yes.
It looks like to me.
Yes.
That's the thing. If you're in a program like this, you could be a good ball player as a senior, and you know, you got to work hard and get the reps when you can get them, because this is not a guarantee where, you know, you're going to get. And that's the thing about a program like this. It's deep.
I think the coaches do a good job of finding roles for guys. And
they do.
Getting them opportunities.
New quarterback here.
Looking for.
That was a really good ball.
That was a good ball and a great catch there on the sideline. At number 12.
Yes. And the quarterback is number 80.
There's Amy Grissom.
There she is.
You see that big hair? She's going to kill me.
This is a freshman quarterback, Chase Waller.
That was a heck of a throw right there.
A 5'10", 140 freshman. He just threw a good ball up in there. Be a 14, 15-year-old kid out here, you know, doing that. That's pretty neat.
Looks like Tallmadge is going to take a timeout. Hey, again, want to thank our game sponsor tonight, Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio. Experience peace of mind, enjoy your pool like never before with our innovative automatic covers will help you create a safer, cleaner, and more energy-efficient swimming environment while saving you time and money. Call us today, 330-659-6684. Big thanks to Automatic Pool Covers of Northeast Ohio.
Amen.
Snap back. Hornets get there early. See Chatham Phillips in there. This was in there.
Well,
Trying to see some numbers.
that was Caden Curry on the carry there.
Nate Painter got himself in there on that tackle too from his safety position. Sophomore. Gonna give it on a little shovel. Nice pickup there.
Who was that on the tackle? Number,
Is that an 8 or a 9?
yeah.
Oh, that's Johnny
9.
Pruchet, yeah.
That was a good tackle.
Quarterback / corner. That's a combo. Good athlete, Johnny Pruchet.
Well, that was Elijah Williams on the run, another freshman.
So 3rd and about 2. Gonna take a shot up top, but that's gonna fall incomplete. I'm sure this is a situation where they know they're going for it on 4th down, so you might as well take a shot on 3rd and short.
This freshman has a pretty good arm on him.
I like the way he throws the ball.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a freshman team. We actually went to Stowe yesterday for our freshman game.
Oh.
Tallmadge numbers just not quite where they need to be to have a full freshman schedule.
Did the freshmen stay undefeated?
Freshmen stayed undefeated. Hard-fought 24-12 win over in Stowe last night.
Okay. Tallmadge is going to let the quarter run out and think this 4th down over, I believe.
Yes.
So I wish I had better news, but the Guardians are still down 4-2 in the 6th. The Tigers are up 3-1 in Boston. So maybe those will change for us here in the next 10-15 minutes.
Walsh Jesuit has taken a 14-10 lead over Hoban in the 3rd quarter. Let's see what else is going on around the conference. Copley is up 14-7 on Aurora.
I'm really looking forward to the playoffs as they were coming up. You know, not only for our team, but like you mentioned, the teams that we have that we're fortunate enough to have. But that Walsh Hoban could be a matchup, right?
Yeah, they're in the same region, I believe.
Along with Avon,
Well, Avon's in our region, so that they'd be in Region 5. We're in Region 6.
Okay.
So Region 6, we're dealing with Avon, Wadsworth,
yes,
Anthony Wayne, some good teams. Give it on a jet there. It's going to be good for a 1st down. Yeah, so current standings in Division II, Region 6, Highland on top at 5-0. Wadsworth in the 2 position at 5-0. Avon 4-1 in the 3. Anthony Wayne is 4. Olmsted Falls, North Ridgeville, and on down the line. So it's going to be interesting, though, the way these computer points work, and you know, strength of schedule becomes more and more important the longer the season goes. So there can still be some shuffling even if you keep winning games. That is a give off the edge. That's a big hit there. That was Neil Flannery coming up from his safety position, number 28, putting a good hit on.
Yeah, he did. Nathan Painter was in there too. I'll tell you though, these Tallmadge young guys have a little pop in their step here. You know,
Yeah.
they got some playmakers here with the quarterback, the running back. Well, Tallmadge is in Highland territory for one of the first times all night.
Looking to get rid of it quick. He's going to be brought down from behind. That's Ben Radigan from his corner position.
He's made a couple of plays here, hasn't he?
Yes.
At least a couple. I thought the quarterback was going to get outside, but Ben did not let that happen.
See, Barberton's got a 22-14 lead over Kent. Barberton coming to town next week here for homecoming, I believe.
That's right. And I'll tell you, nobody's better at finding stats than Andrew and Coach Jay. These guys got their computers up here. They as good as it gets. Scores, updates, stats, all of it.
Gonna throw it again. Gets it out in the flat. He's brought down quick. Johnny Pruchet on another tackle.
Yeah, speaking of a guy making some sticks out there.
Every time I pick up my binoculars, they go to this camera with me with binoculars in my hands.
Well, I'll do it so next time they get me with them in
and then
there.
they just giggle. Brianna thinks she's funny back there. Straight drop. He's looking middle of the field. 3 green jerseys there.
Very good coverage by, is that 17?
That's Nate Painter.
Nate Painter again. He was stride for stride with them.
Tell you what, Nate Painter, he's a good athlete. I got to coach him on the freshman team last year, and he was he played all over the place for us. He played some linebacker, he played some safety, he played some corner. We had a lot of injuries at the quarterback position. He went from being a receiver to being our starting quarterback. Smart kid, works hard, does everything you would ever want. There's a give. It's Ionaji. Breaks a tackle before he's forced out, but that's going to be good for a Hornet first down.
I like how Frankie runs the ball.
I do too.
And I liked how the left side of that line opened that up for him too. Nobody hit him, nobody was there for the first 3-4 yards, and then Frankie, he runs that ball hard. He's quick.
He does a nice job with those jet sweeps, getting across there.
Yep.
This time they line him in the backfield. He's going to get a carry inside. Good hard run. Going to pick up about 5 yards on that first down play. So 6.5 minutes left. This running clock.
Yeah, these second halves go by quickly here.
Who was that time?
That's 27.
Oh, that's Joey O'Reedy, another sophomore. Young man runs hard as well. Solid wrestler, another multi-sport guy.
We like those guys. See what they do on 3rd and 6.
Gonna give it to
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness. Big hole.
That's number 30.
We do not have that on our roster. Oh, I know who that is. That's a freshman. That's Levi Clark.
He didn't look like a freshman on that carry, nor looking at him on the sideline.
He doesn't look like a freshman on a freshman football field last night either.
I bet he didn't.
Another good young player coming up in the program.
I love to see freshmen out here.
That time Aiden's going to keep it.
That was a good decision there.
Yeah.
For a nice gain.
He's able to pick up 2, maybe 3 on that.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot there. Yeah, we talked about the depth in this program. It's not easy for a freshman to get out here on a Friday night. I mean, we don't see that often.
Correct. Looks like that's Clark in the backfield again. He's going to get it straight ahead. And taken down inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line.
I mean, I don't know how you know better than me, but just looking up here, the kid looks like he's about 5'10", 200 pounds. As a freshman, I could be wrong, but that's what he
200's probably a bit of a stretch, but
okay. Well, I round up sometimes.
That's all right. We can round up. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Okay, he's 185. He's a good-sized kid.
And he's a good athlete. Oh, just
down
shy.
to the 1-inch line there.
That was Aiden Police again on the keep. So 3 minutes and 10 seconds. See if the young guys can punch one in here. Levi back in the backfield again.
I'm guessing he gets this ball.
Oh, they're going to go Q power. And touchdown.
Aiden Police.
It's really just like an outside. We kind of block it like an outside zone, and then you've got that running back there is just an extra lead blocker. Offensive line did a nice job. Levi did a nice job leading up in there, and Aiden put his head down and got himself in the end zone. Good block on the edge there.
Good blocking, and Aiden had to grind that one out.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hit at the 2-yard line. That was a hard run. Well-deserved touchdown. That makes it 62-0.
Kuzma on that extra point that time.
As the clock begins to wind down this night and this game, Coach. Perfect.
Let's see a replay of Levi's big carry here. Outside zone, good cut inside. Keeps the legs driving. It's good stuff out of the freshman. It's fun watching him on Thursdays, I'll tell you that.
The young guys might not know this reference, but he looks like John Riggins out there running the ball.
I don't know that you're old enough to remember John Riggins.
Well, I'm not young, Coach, but.
John Riggins. Freshman Levi Clark. Looks like Kuzma going to kick it away again.
Well, I'll tell you, up and down this roster, it's evident that these guys put work in the weight room. I saw a picture of Shador in the weight room. I think it was last week, right, in our beautiful room, and these guys put effort in. You can tell.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, these guys just.
It's a non-negotiable here.
Yeah, I mean, because you see them, and I don't get the benefit of you do seeing them all off season, right? I see them one season, I see them the next, and it's evident that these guys are growing.
Right. So the clock is going to wind, and I think that we have seen our last play. Tallmadge might try and rush one, get one more off here. And they are not going to get it done.
Did we get a chance to thank the excellent production team? Andrew didn't put anything up there. Here we go.
There they are. We got the Nates on the cameras tonight. Brianna, Brian. I always love how Andrew leaves himself off of that list.
There he is.
So we just put him on camera. That's all. So there he is. There's our stat guy. Running the graphics and all the things. There we are.
Brian's back with us this week,
Yes.
so good to see him. Bree's doing her thing as usual. It's a great team that we get to be a part of.
It is. It's awesome on Friday night, and we get to do it again next week. So we've got
homecoming.
Homecoming next week. Hornets move to 6-0. Barberton coming to town.
I'm looking forward to it already.
Always looking forward to it, right? You got any words of wisdom for us?
You know, I think that we've said it all, but it was fun to watch that game, fun to be here with you guys and this team, and we're lucky. Let's appreciate what we got here with this great local high school team and program that we have, because it's a rare thing that you get to see this. Next week we'll touch on some of the other sports that are also doing well.
Yes.
Around Highland, and with that, it's been a night.
It has been a night. Thank you so much. We will see you next Friday.